Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holiday time off or vacation or just relaxing, enjoying the change of the season from fall to winter. Now we're in winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. This new year begins with a number one frequency, which has to do with the force that moves things outwardly. So think it's going to be a busy month, January. Um, the amazing part is there's going to be like the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, and Pluto all in Aquarius. And that will bring in the strong focus for Aquarian natives, people born in a month between January 21st through February around the 18th, 19th. It changes every year, one day or so, depending on how it falls in the calendar. But so these stellium of planets um, have a focused energy in Aquarius. Aquarius is about innovation, humanitarian concerns, the group, um, doing things within the group, or a lot of times Aquarians end up being very iconoclastic, different, unique, trailblazers. Just depends on the alignment of the planets on their charts. But so, and the major event is Neptune going into Aries around the 27th of the month. So there's going to be this interesting energy this year with all the planets focused on one sign. So again, think of it as concentrated energy. And if you're an Aquarius, it was happening in Capricorn the last couple of weeks, and now it's moving into Aquarius. And all the planets, Venus, Mercury, and Mars, start out in Capricorn with the Sun in Capricorn. And then by the 18th, they shift over to Aquarius. So you can imagine the ecliptic where they're all kind of lining up. But not opposing Jupiter yet. They have been doing that this month, but they will continue to later in the spring when Jupiter goes into Leo. We'll talk about that later. Okay, for now, let's look at the first week. First week of January. I'm going to just focus the reading on the United States, unless there's something to do with the world that we need to focus in on. But the United States first week, I guess Congress is in session again after the 5th. Got a full moon this weekend, Saturday, tomorrow, in the water sign in Cancer. So for people who are Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries, it can be for some a challenging day or just a time of great insight, introspection, and trying to come to a balance. So I think I'll just do 5 cards maybe. The first week, United States. Again, this is general. So moving out of calamities, upsetness, strife, that augurs pretty well for us. Excuse me. Things are going to start moving along with the King, with the Knight of Wands. And something new is going to be proposed. I wonder if something is going to come out of Congress that will be a new plan or a new idea, a new program. There's the card for the oligarchs, people with money, the billionaires, the millionaires, stability, security, the ones that really run the show behind Congress. And the King of Swords, there might be more information about plans or dictates or authoritative concerns for some. I think I need to qualify some of these cards for this first week. I know Jack Smith's been in the press and things have been starting to come out about the Epstein files. It's an international ring, though, so we'll see what each country does with that. Yeah, King of Swords is that Gemini. Gemini, Libra. Some strong leader with a strong vision. Someone who has a vision and an idea, but it's upside down. Could mean that there's going to be a new plan executed. Does the King of Swords represent the government? King of Swords. Some new investment. Pentacles are always about money, investment, new plans. So maybe Congress will be coming in with some new plans, new ideas, programs, things moving along. So far this first week, let's see, the weekend has the full moon in the water sign Cancer. Then on Monday we got the moon in Leo, shifts into Virgo. Wednesday, moon in Leo could be still kind of a time of holding back. Excuse me, I'm going to drink of water here. All right. So people holding back on some of these plans, but getting to work by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Moon in Virgo is good for getting things done. So people may be also looking into their constituents, looking into their leaders, wanting to have a new offer, looking forward to a new offer. So maybe that's what will happen this first week as we move forward. This 2026 year of the Fire Horse, starting February, number 1 year, which is a year to initiate. After a 9-year process, we're going into another brand new 9-year process if you do the numerology. So the first week looks like there's going to be some new plan that they put out. I'm talking about the Congress here, the authorities, the executives. Okay, so the week starting the second week, really, starting on the 11th or 12th, if you count Sunday. Scorpio and Sagittarius, the moon, and then Capricorn at the end of that week. So we certainly are going to be working diligently. So the moon in Scorpio, and then it'll shift to Sagittarius. So it could start out very intense energy, but moon in Sagittarius can help with ambitions and goals and travel. So the first week with the moon in Scorpio, We've got the strength card, so this means pull in our passions or discipline ourselves. And maybe this might be the week for those of you that are starting a new physical program or diet program or something, resolutions. Okay. Yep, time to get busy and active. Four Swords upside down. Although there may be some hesitation to go forward with plans, we need to rethink things, perhaps. Some of you going forward with those plans. Well, the moon is in Sagittarius, I would think starting like Tuesday, Wednesday through Friday. The moon in Sagittarius. It makes some good aspects to Saturn on Thursday. The ability to have the discipline to put your tasks forward. And then here's that Pentacle again. Page of Pentacle. So it looks like there's some kind of new projects, plans, and offering will be made. But again, going back to the theme of strength, the second week here, from the 11th through the 17th, I'm talking, because the first 3 days, first, the second, the 3rd of January, we're still in that kind of holiday mode. Things resume again on the 5th. I don't understand what the Four Swords is here, some kind of plan that doesn't get off. No, it's still looking a search here. We're looking for a search, a new course with the moon and Sag. It would augur travel or looking for something, or broadening our horizons. So as I was saying, we might be broadening our horizons, looking for something new, asking for something new, looking for a new inspiration. Sagittarius energy, wanting to network. Two of Wands. And maybe this means coming out of that vacation time or slowness of the holidays. Finishing off here with the moon in Capricorn on the 16th and then 17th. Venus moves into Aquarius, so that should help with relationships. So it's time to get planets moving into Aquarius, which lifts up the energy. Might be more communication or objectivity. We'll see. Everybody has a way of utilizing the energies to whatever their own advantage. So the Page of Swords talks about being really clear about what you're reading, you're seeing, or people communicating, or people gossiping, or it's time to clear the air, get the facts. Not to talk bad about other people or spread lies. Since we're going into Neptune and Aries, that could be the end of that gaslighting stuff going on for the last 14 years, has been. But that's as we move towards the 27th of January. There's a new moon on the 18th. So let's look at that. New moon means new beginnings. Time to push forward. You have plans, initiate something. It looks like so far the cards are talking about initiating something, some new programs. Maybe it has to do with the health, the insurances, people budgeting, trying to make ends meet. Okay, so week of the 18th through the 24th. What does that look like for the US? There's a Page of Swords again. You saw me shuffle. So here's the next theme is that we're going to be trying to discover the truth from false. Yep, with the moon upside down, this means uncovering illusions, delusions, falsities. This is before the new moon. After that full moon we had on the 3rd. So trying to get clear with what we think we understand. There's a poverty consciousness card, the 5 of Pentacles. People unable to find the truth or the light or being left out in the cold. Some of the meanings of this card. That week we have the sun going into Aquarius on the 19th after the new moon. That new moon was in Capricorn. So with the sun moving in Aquarius, there's more of a focus on group work or humanitarian concerns. It does bring up the energy. Here's the Pentacles again, King of Pentacles. I use that as the card for the oligarchs, the investors, people with the money that make things happen. Who would that be here? Getting clear on the insurance policies maybe, or the government. Some folks are going to be getting a handout. I wonder if that's that Trump thing about getting $2,000. But again, this is a card of plans being put together, people contributing to some kind of club or cult or projects, construction, anything like that. All right, so we look at some kind of gift. The 21st, 2nd, 23rd, we get the moon in Pisces. Well, this moon and moon card speaks to that energy. Getting clear about the illusions, the ideals, what is real, what isn't. Getting in touch with your budget. Or the people that have lost their benefits due to the oligarchs or the people with the billionaires making the decisions behind the scenes. And that's the end of that illusion. Who really runs the country? Who's behind the president and the Congress? Perhaps we'll see more of that. Fortunately, the Ten of Swords is not a good card. It's defeat, it's failure, it's people feeling put down. 6. People feeling put down. And we've got the moon in Aries on Saturday, picks up the energy. Without getting into all of the astrology, but there is a Sun-Pluto conjunction on the 23rd, which is significant in that it can be a strong, explosive energy, rebellious energy, the energy to want to transform. Something's coming out in the news last week of January. We got the first quarter moon happening on the 25th. That's Sunday in Aries. Okay, so I've got the moon in Aries on the, what is it, the 25th. Starts off with a strong thrust forward, We're going to start to feel some of those Neptune and Aries energies on the 26th on Monday. What does that hold for us as a collective? Last week of January. Looks like budgeting, Two of Pentacles, trying to put things together. Hopefully being more grounded. Let's see. Last week of January. Not getting the help that we would like. So I guess there's going to be some people not very happy with what they got to work with. Two of Pentacles is like a tight budget or a tight economy. The Six of Pentacles upside down is like not being in balance, not getting the help. So I think this is, again, the collective is what we're talking about, the USA collective, the masses. Wanting to go forward, or the world is looking at us and maybe we don't look so good anymore. The world card upside down. There's no movement here or completion, so that could mean that there is a economy pause or holding on the economy, holding it back, not moving forward. Let's see if it changes towards the end of the month. Got the moon in Aries and then Gemini, Taurus, Gemini coming up, and Virgo towards the end of the month, 31 days. So grounded energy after some new inspirational or upper energy that feels more charging. And then Gemini, ideas and communications, good for socializing midweek around the 27th, 28th. Again, there's this theme of Seven of Cups upside down, though, means that we find what we're looking for. We're not going to be deluded or tricked or mesmerized. People waking up think, yep, losses and gains, what's left over, what we have, what's left over. Could also be a card of grief, the Five of Cups. We're grieving something, the losses maybe of support from our governmental structures. Again, this is about the masses, USA, and then a new program that they're going to try to put forth. So January looks like a mixed bag to me. With all the planets moving from Capricorn to Aquarius. Doesn't always happen this way, so that's an unusual planetary alignments. We still have 3i Atlas out there. And Avi Loeb just came out and said that, nope, it's not a comet, according to him. So can look that up on the internet. Why? Self-directed. It's got its jets are equidistant, and comets don't do stuff like that. And it's got a tail that doesn't seem to kind of melt away or dissipate, even with the solar wind. So, with a 3i Atlas, some message coming out. Let's see if it'll be true or false, because the Knight of Cups can be deceptive, poetic, deceptive, dreamy, some kind of information may be lacking the support, like NASA's not coming out with stuff, or the government doesn't want to have them come out with stuff. This is a visitor from another solar system. It's disappointments for those of you who thought that maybe it was a harbinger of a new reality, or it still is that. It's like disappointments, though, because the Three of Swords upside down kind of lessens the disappointment. Yet there doesn't seem to be support or supportive facts about it. Yeah, I'm going to say that. So Atlas being the visitor that changes our solar system. Yeah, these things are being held back, the Emperor, by the powers that be, by the controllers, by the governments. However, I'm also going to read this card as things stay stable. It's not like Three Atlas is going to destabilize our solar system. Hopefully not. Yeah, it's new beginnings here with the Magician. I still want to watch the communication on Three Atlas. It's not being supported. The facts are not being supported, not being revealed. Some kind of new initiative with the Magician. Six of Cups is about the past, good old days, the memories. So there's some kind of information here that isn't quite clear. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. I'm not sure what this means. But with the Emperor there, it looks like the powers that be that hold everything back on any kind of new beginnings for our solar system. But you can just look at what's happening out there. There's a lot of astronomers posting things about it and pictures. You could look at that. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.